Hey there, guys. It's Cody with Brewski Racing over here. Um, this is just going to be a short video today. I had a longer video made for about a week now, but unfortunately, my editing software, for whatever reason, doesn't like the video, so it won't let me export it or really do much with it at all. So that's something that I am having to deal with. But I'm just going to make this short video today, kind of recap what happened in the last video, and also bring you some updates. So it is true, the Subaru is broken as of right now. Um, so what happened is I drove it all weekend last weekend, and it had no problem with it. There weren't any issues, but then I got about 20 miles into my trip back to Bozeman from Helena last Monday, and the clutch started to not sound great and not work right. And come to find out that once I got to play with it a little more, the throw-out bearing is just about gone in it. And so currently the Subaru is sitting. It can't really do much. I don't want to drive it because I don't want that bearing to go all the way out because I still need to drive it home. And if that bearing goes all the way out, I no longer can shift and the clutch won't disengage. So that's what I'm having to deal with right now. Hopefully here in the next couple of weeks, I can go in and replace the clutch in the Subaru. I was going to try to do it this weekend. I wanted to do the Audi and the Subaru this weekend, but unfortunately, I didn't have a way to get both of my cars back to Helena in the same weekend. And since I already have the time off from Friday to Monday, I need to just dedicate it to the Audi because that's the project that's going to take longer. I can do the Subaru in a day, but I can't do the Audi in a day. So I'm going to have to dedicate this weekend to getting the Audi done. But that leads me to the good news. The Audi is going home this weekend. The Audi is going to get fixed. It's going to get its new suspension in it. And then hopefully at the end of it, it'll be completely drivable. And the good thing about this is once all that has been done to it, then I can use it as my daily driver. And then I don't have to worry about it anyways. And then the Subaru can sit, and eventually, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I'll have a chance to take the Subaru home and replace the clutch and the bearings and everything like that. So it'll be good to go. But yeah, so I'm excited. The Audi's going to get finished this weekend, bar anything from happening to it while I'm tearing it apart. But it's going to be exciting. I will bring you guys along. I will update you with videos and stuff like that of what's going on with the Audi. And hopefully sometime next week I can give you a full-length video of the Audi breakdown project and what happened with it. So that'll be exciting. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I know I am. But yeah, as far as what's going into the Audi, actually, the Audi's getting a new front right or front left CV axle because that current one, the boot, is torn on it. And under certain conditions, you can hear it knocking, which definitely isn't good. So I'm replacing that with an aftermarket one. Unfortunately, the Audi ones, just like Subaru's, the OEM CV axles are the best CV axles made for the vehicle. So I'm going to put the aftermarket one in, and I'm going to run it until I have a chance to rebuild the OEM Audi one. And then I'll put the Audi one back in, and then I'll keep that aftermarket one as a backup. So that's a minor one. It's getting a complete new suspension all the way around. So I got Kona yellow struts, adjustable rebound. So those are going to be really nice. As well as rally springs for it. I got them from a company over in New York. They're called Giant Killer Racing, and they actually started out entirely focused on building rally parts for these old classic Audis. And what's really exciting about them is everything is built for rally. It's built for the abuse. That's the intended usage of these parts, and so I don't have to worry about beating on these parts at all because that's exactly how they were expected to be used. And the company's super nice. They will warranty anything. Like if I were to ever break a spring or something weird like that, they would warranty it. Even in competition use because that's what they want them to be used for and that's what they built them for. Along with the springs from that company, I am also getting some top mounts to replace the ones in the Audi because of course they're gone, as well as bump stops to put on the shocks so you can't bottom them out as bad. So struts, springs, CV axle. It's getting new control arm bushings on all four corners. It's getting Delrin control arm bushings, so high density plastic bushings. That should make it way more stiff. Along with those bushings, it's getting new subframe bushings, and the subframe bushings are solid aluminum bushings, so they're going to be rigid, which I'm really excited about. Just make everything in the car, just about as tight as possible. So that's really exciting. Along with that, I have new transmission mounts, I have new rear differential mounts, I have new engine mounts, all of which will go in, and all of which are way stiffer than stock ever was. And so hopefully by the end of this, it's just going to be a really stiff machine. Along with that, I have a it's called a firewall mount, or a firewall bracket for the clutch, because how these clutches are set up, they're a hydraulic clutch, but they're set up to where the master cylinder for the clutch is just set, or is mounted onto the firewall, which unfortunately isn't braced at all. And so you get flex from the firewall, and over time the firewall will eventually crack in these older Audis because of all the flexing done by the clutch. Now, I don't have any cracking yet, thank God, but I do have one of the reinforcements, the bracket that you put onto the master cylinder, that stiffens it up way much and gives you way more clutch feel. Uh, that's exciting stuff. I'm trying to think of other things I did. Oh, recently I have some video of it. Hopefully I'll be able to get it up here soon. Once again, it's a problem with my software, but I replaced the lug bolts on the Audi with wheel studs. So the Audi runs bolts instead of nuts, and so there's no, like, they're not great to use. They're hard to put on and off because there's nothing holding your wheel on. They're a hub centric wheel, and so without studs on there, it's really a pain in the ass to put them on and off. But I transitioned them over to studs. That way, it's really easy to pull them on and off, and it's gonna be a good time. I got that changed out. I also ran 3/4 inch spacers on all four corners just to widen it out just a hair, so now it sits about 1.5 inches wider overall. And yeah, it really helps the look of it. Along with this lift, it's getting about a 1.5 inch to 2 inch lift out of the springs and struts that I'm putting into it, so it'll sit a little bit higher. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other things. Recently, I went to a junkyard and tracked down some parts for it. I got a new intake boot, which mine was full of cracks and tears, and that isn't a very good thing to have on a car that runs entirely on a vacuum. But I got another one that is very clean and very good to go that I'll hopefully be putting on this weekend with the rest of it. I got a few new switches for it because it has some weird running problems at times, and I think I've narrowed it down to a couple of the switches and sensors on it. And so I'll trade those out and hopefully get them all put back together. Um, yeah, I think that's about it for most of it. Stella's incapacitated right now, but hopefully, I can get that clutch changed out soon and she'll be good to go. And then along with that, over the summer, I'll try to finish out the parts list I need for the Subaru. I'm still trying to track down, I need to get a boost controller, injectors, and then I need to get an external wastegate set up to run the new turbo. So that's all exciting stuff. But yeah, stay tuned. I will hopefully have a video of the complete Audi build next week, and I'll keep updating you guys with other things as it comes along and comes together. But until then, have a great day, and feel free to like, subscribe, and share the video all you want.